Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review. Today we are reviewing Dune Part 2. Yes, Dune Part 2 is the new follow-up movie, obviously, to Dune Part 1, or when it was released, it was just called Dune. But yeah, Denis Villeneuve, it returns with the sequel. Now, earlier on, I did upload the Dune Part 1 revisiting, so if you want to go and watch my review of that, because I have reviewed it initially when I saw it, as well as then revisiting it, obviously back in the cinema. But in a nutshell, Dune Part 2, you've probably seen online, it is fantastic. 110 million % recommend this film to any sci-fi fan, anyone that loves like just good world building stories, family even, different tribes, that kind of thing. You will love this movie. This really feels like a cinematic achievement. Some of the shots in this film really, honestly, it was like an experience, this film. Just being in the cinema and seeing some of the stuff on screen. It's almost like I had to pinch myself a few times at the fact that I was watching a fictional film and not something that is actually real, because it just felt so real. The immersion was just there. The script, the acting performances were just so captivating by every single person. And then obviously when you add in things like the cinematography, the obviously directional, integral part of the movie in terms of where it was going, everything was just complemented everything. Costumes, design, all of the vehicles, all of the different sets. It was just, honestly, every single frame was literally jaw-dropping. Timothée Chalamet comes back, obviously Zendaya, Javier Bardem, Rebecca Ferguson, all fantastic in their own rights in this film. Stellan Skarsgård as well as the Baron Harkonnen, he comes back as well. But we do get some new people in this part. So we get Austin Butler, who looks so unrecognizable, it's unreal, but he was fantastic. When you don't think he can do better than Elvis, and he does, like, this just shows his like diversity as an actor, like what type of things he can do. Florence Pugh, she was the Empress's daughter, the Emperor's daughter. I feel like she apparently is going to have a bigger role in Part 3, so her role in this film wasn't as, prominent to her skills that we've seen and know that she can do in various other movies that she's done. So I feel like this is a bit of a, like, Part 2 is a bit hard for her because she didn't really have much, story-wise to get involved with, but apparently Part 3 she is going to have a much bigger role in terms of how that book works and stuff like that. And then Christopher Walken, he plays the Emperor himself. He was okay, again, quite a small role really, it was only a couple of scenes that they were in. So yeah, but Austin Butler for me was just like amazing, and obviously everyone else, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, all the people that came back from before were brill. I think my pick of the bunch though, like everyone's going to say Timothy and Zendaya because they were great, but Javier Bardem needs a massive shout out, as well as Rebecca Ferguson. Like they were very much playing, or they are playing, like supporting cast members, but like I honestly think they both deserve Oscar nominations for this next year. It may be a bit too early to talk about that, but I think their performances were just second to none, to be honest, in terms of just engrossing you in the role, and of course Hans Zimmer's score just continues on from the first one. Really, we get elements of it, obviously, the theme stays the same, but then it carries on and pushes through into new fresh ideas, as well as obviously just the whole world of Dune just being elevated by this music was great. And it's right from the beginning, you get like this really high based noise of like these 6 words or something. It's awesome. As you can imagine, this is a film that everyone's seeing, and you've got to see it on like the biggest screen you can possibly see. So I went to see it on super screen. IMAX for me, I don't really see the difference in IMAX because I feel like the IMAX in Cardiff, they have very small cinema rooms, so you're very close to the screen, and I don't get that good experience here. Let me know if you guys know anywhere in South Wales that's got good IMAX. I know Cardiff is the only one, but am I in the wrong screen or something? But for me, super screens are great. I've definitely compared super screen to normal screen and stuff like that, and I will be going again to see Dune on Friday. Again, I'll just go super screen. It cost me £2 with my upcharge, so it's not too bad. But rating the movie of Dune Part 2 then, what are we going to score it? It's going to be high. It's a 5. It's a 5-star. Absolutely phenomenal. One of the best sci-fi films I have ever seen. very aesthetically pleasing. I thought it was much better than the first one. I feel like the first one maybe had a lot of like pacing things at the beginning of the film, like obviously when you're just getting into it. But I think the second one just really picked up where we left off, elevated that to the next level, and just shows what you can do in the space of like 3 years between these two films releasing. Honestly, I think like this film needs to be up for the awards and stuff. I know the original release date was meant to be November, October time, so it probably would have been in this year's Oscars. And if it was, imagine that. Imagine like how stacked it'd be, because the Oscars is great this year, I think. But there it is, guys. There's my review of Dune Part 2. Have you seen it? Of course you have by now, probably. Let me know your thoughts down below if you have and what you thought of it. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.